All those, They make the motion. Who's that?
Second.
Mr. Vince second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Draft proposed combined budget.
That's the real colorful one on the back. Wait.
A motion to approve. I want to discuss it again. I had just one question and now I don't remember what the hell it is.
Well, the answer is yes, though.
Yes.
We would be doing a motion to move it to the full board,
Right.
right? Okay.
Okay, one of the questions I had was agency fare. We had an increase of about 60,000 so far, and it's gonna be higher, and that's gonna be almost 100. What's changed in the environment that would create that much revenue?
We took on another care management company. But that, that was broke out. I think not this has been 2 years ago.
What agency was that?
The My Choice is what it is called. So now we have Inclusa, we have Iris, and now we have My Choice. So those are the ones, those are agency, they're charged an agency rate with a contract. We used to never separate that out, but that's how now we have to report to the DOT.
Which line is that?
That's the agency fare, but it's 4520, no, yeah. 4520. Count number.
Agents, okay.
We just took that on just this year.
But there's a lot more people that go to CMOs now. I mean, they take care of, they got care workers, they take care of and manage their money, their transportation, their home services, all of that type of thing.
We had to do a contract with My Choice as well.
So
This year, we just.
Originally, family care was very much a regional program. And then they started letting regions compete with each other, which to me it creates more staff, I think. If but when the new region is what, 16 counties or something? Inclusive?
I don't know. Sure, actually, how many?
Well, they started out with Northern Bridges, which was 11. And then they added 5, so there's at least 16 counties in Inclusa. And it might be more, but so,
And being that we.
no longer a local program, that's for sure.
And being that we do have contracts with all three of them, the new mandate was for us to get a Medicare agency number. So I did apply for that and we did receive that. So that's down here in my transit manager area.
Let the minutes reflect that I've been advocating to do that for at least a decade.
Okay.
Because we could, for some medical transportation that we were providing without, we would get a better rate. We don't get the rate that Key Care gets?
The Medicare rates are very poor.
Medicare or Medicaid?
Medicaid. Well, Medicare and Medicaid is what we applied for. So, but they're very poor. I can send you something. We're better off of not billing them and just billing them a destination rate.
Wow, because that wasn't always the case.
Extremely complicated because you're gonna charge them the first 5 miles. Then if you pick somebody else up like in a volunteer vehicle, then your rate is like reduced because now you got another person in the car. And it is, I mean, the whiteboard, how you bill it is crazy. So, but I can send you something, Dave.
Okay, that's definitely changed then. Cause there was a time when when key care could get $350 for a trip that we were charging 75 to 100 for. Not to say anything bad about key care. They keep moving.
It's quite confusing.
Anything else?
I'm just going back, I was working off finance one, but, I'm just going back to the budget itself. Where the hell is all that 407 is sitting there? No, it's 383, 383. Where's that item in the budget?
What are you asking for?
Agency fare, 45 is 45 or 4520. Where is it hiding? 45 agency revenue. Okay, now I find it.
4520, yep.
Okay. For the projection now.
It's just completely amazes me every time I look at this. $2 million. And we get total $50,000 in local match from the city and the county for $2 million.
Okay.
Was the salary increases that we had talked about prior is in here?
Yeah, they're within the budget, yeah.
Where are we gonna hide 131? And 25. Excess revenue. Supposed to be, I thought we were supposed to be a net 0. Where did we hide 130 and 24?
I don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
talking about your budget shows $130,000 in excess revenue. At the end of the budget. Excess revenue over expenses, 130,000. Are we allowed to?
Yeah.
Keep that?
So the DE, the 8520
One.
side has to be zeroed out, but the 8520 5311 side is allowed to have. And you were allowed to keep that. I think that's something she wants to
That's
discuss
new.
later.
That's new.
Yeah, I
never were able to make a profit before.
we are now.
Always the balanced budget before.
Yeah.
Yep. You could lose money or you could break even, but you couldn't make.
Anything any more on the budget?
So do we need a motion to send that to the board?
Yes, we do need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. What's that email?
That was the Ian one. Did you want to speak about that at all?
I loved it, so
You don't have a copy.
I know.
Okay. Well, you probably do in your.
Laying on the front seat of my car.
So I
Yesterday.
think it,
But I supplied it in the email for you guys to read, so. So you're up on,
And basically, the finance committee accepted that. Our position. So, but we have we have a couple of contracts that were made erroneously with the county instead of with us. And the DOT is going to amend them so that we're the recipients instead of the county. And once that's cleared, then it sounds like the county's going to give us our money, right?
they may.
It may is right.
Well, oh, and they did agree with us about the Baker Tilly billing. So we'll get what, about $2,000 back on that? They're gonna bill Baker Tilly's hours at the
60,
rate that they were charging for the finance director rather than,
6216.
and the scowl on the Baker Tilly guy's face.
Oh. But he couldn't answer me where he got where he found the authority to
Yeah.
calculate it that way. There was no contracts, and the only verbal contract was totally different.
You have a question.
I don't think-
You know,
Did they actually do hours for us? Because they put down 5 hours, but I don't know what they did for us.
That was
for the
5 hours for them to create those resolutions.
Then the next quarter, they put 5 hours in too.
4.75, I think was the last one. First quarter was 4.75 and the second quarter was
What was the
5
total?
hours.
What was the total amount of revenue?
The total amount they wanted to charge us
Yes.
So $6,000.
was
No, just for Baker Tilly.
just Baker Tilly for the second quarter was 1,375. And then the first quarter was 1,306.25.
Anyway, they,
That's where that $26,000 come from, okay?
2,000, yeah.
2,600.
So we'll get,
No, the hours had nothing to do with it. All we did was get rid of Baker Tilly.
So they are they're gonna revise them and send us new ones. And we just to mention that the first quarter is paid, so then they'll, have to figure that all
I'll
out.
reimburse that and
So that's all taken care of.
think the county's on the verge of canceling their contract with them anyway.
Okay, you're on. So next one is a payable credit card.
So the payables was these invoices that,
Okay,
okay. And then the credit card, we are using county credit cards. So that was set up through Wilk and Sweeney when they were doing our books. So I did speak to our bank and they said that they have been working with some other municipalities, which is that's what we are. So they said that I should apply for a credit card through our bank. And then we would be managing our own credit card versus sending everything, the payments to the county and all of that. Because that's how it was set up.
yes.
So anyway, I did apply and they said 3 to 5 days before I would hear. But we reduced the credit cards. They gave us 4 credit cards, the county did, in specific accounts. So I reduced that to 2 credit cards now. So it's just me and the shop manager are the only ones that are going to have the credit cards at this point with the new company. So like I said, 3 to 5 days, they said they would get back to me if there was any additional information that they
Are
need.
we with CCF?
The company is Elon credit card.
Elon does a lot of local bank.
So I will get back to you if we're approved, and then we should be able to shift everything onto those cards, and then we should be able to manage our own instead of shipping payments out.
What kinds of expenses do we use those credit cards for?
Pretty much everything. That's what the idea behind it, so you could just spread your money out longer. And that was what was the conversation between Wilk and Sweeney and
What do we use the money for? What do we buy with them? The question he's asking.
pretty much everything. So you're
What-
putting
what
your,
is everything?
so you're putting on you're putting on your, all of your contracted services, your dumpster, your, everything that can be put on the credit card is put on the credit card. There's some ACH payments that companies don't allow you to use a credit card, but that's very few and in between. But like the dumpster, that is applied to the credit card each month.
Any of those providers charge you an additional 3% fee?
No, otherwise we wouldn't do it. We would just cut them a check. So, no fees.
You satisfied?
Hmm?
Yeah, you satisfied?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that, some organizations, I don't know, they do electronic payments,
Right.
but they don't use the credit cards for most
Electronic
things.
payments like to the county for gas, for rent. We do electronic payments for those things directly to the county.
But that, and then the way it works, and this is with CCF Bank, that's why I was asking, is that they have a protocol so that automatically, if you use the credit card for more than a certain limit that you can, it's variable that you can give the bank. In other words, you tell the bank, don't allow a credit.
Oh, limits?
Have a
Yes,
Limits? Oh, yes.
$1,000 or.
Yes, and that's what we have set up with the county cards too. Yeah, the other three cards were very small, but the card that is in my name held by me
Yeah.
that's the largest limit because that's where everything goes. So,
It's just that, there's more transactions to keep an eye on when you're using the credit card.
yep.
Because you might use a credit card 10 times at Ace Hardware in a month.
Mhm.
When you get billed once a month, just one transaction.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. 8520 reserve fund.
That was just the conversation that happened yesterday at the finance meeting.
Okay,
So, and I think we encompassed that already. We need to revise the contracts and then they may give.
vehicle sales proceeds in this thing.
And I didn't print it,
Okay,
but it was in the,
and back up.
yeah. So if we just want to go back in a little history, those sale funds were in the 8521 trust fund that the county holds. The DOT said they shouldn't be in there.
Mhm.
So we wanted them taken out. That was part of the work that they did on this invoice also. It was the resolutions and moving and ACHing the money over to us from the trust fund after we gave them documentation from the DOT saying it can't be in that fund, it has to be moved out. So those are the two things that the resolution and then ACH over, that's what created this invoice.
That, probably the resolution was appropriate.
Carol, isn't this what you were gonna bring up? That now to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up. That's after vehicle sales, that's the resolution. Okay, we'll move on.
So if do you want to jump to this then? Yeah.
Yes,
Being that we're talking about it. So the money market account is open. We had to use $1,000 to open it out of just a regular fund. So that's done. So the 8520 funds that we received this year, we want to move 10% or a rounded amount to the money market account. So that would be just like the holdback for out of the 85-21 money or 20 money. And then we'd like to move that in there into the money market. And this would be something that we would do ongoing. So either it's the 10% or it's just rounded up and it's a flat amount. That would be, you know, your guys' decision on which one you want to do. You know, the 10%, you know, that ends up in having pennies, you know. So if we would round it up and make it flat, it would be, you know, a good way to go. The 85-21 funds. So this is, this paragraph here is regards to the money that we have with the excess funds that we have at the end of the year. After the financial page that we do for the DOT, after they approve it and say, okay, you're good to go, then whatever the excess funds are, we would also like to move that into the money market. Do we want to talk about it at the time we're moving it? Or are we going to just move 50% of it? Are we going to figure out what we're going to need for vehicles for the next year and put that amount in? Or is this something that you want to talk about at the time after the financial page is presented? And then we can decide how much you want to move into the money market.
That money in the money market accessible at any time that we would need it, or is it?
It is accessible, but it would only be moved or touched is when you guys tell us to. It's
But it's not like a.
it's understandable, it's
Not a
restricted.
CD.
Doesn't have a time limit.
Oh, no, we don't have quite
CD would
in there to do
generate more
anything like that.
That.
But the money market also, if the reserve funds, the 85-20 reserve funds that we have at the county now, if they actually give that to us, that would also go in that money market.
So is that just pretty much a standard thing that, or are there options for what that money market is?
There's options. You can do CDs, you can do anything you want out there.
It's not like
It's pretty much what they told me was, it's pretty much just like another checking account.
Yes.
So
it's it's an interest bearing, but it's like, there's not a, you know, if you have a 401k or whatever, you might have 50% of it in a more risky, higher yield
Oh, no,
potential, and then you've got municipal bonds. It's not
No,
that.
no, nothing like that.
technically in this market, this one, there's only one risk, and that's that the bank fails.
Okay.
That's the only risk you have. My envision of that money market fund was to be able to develop a process by which you could move any kind of money you wanted to. Be like a financial manager, or you have us do it as a financial manager. I'd prefer not us, but I think the responsibility is yours, that you move money around to generate the best revenue source you can get. So restricting, we can give you guidelines on the use of percentage, like the holdback funds is 10%. Holdback funds. Now we can save 10% plus, you know, making it a roundup. We can do that, but I don't think I don't think we want to say, well, you put 10% in this account and 20% of that account. I think that you should be able to move that money around except into your own personal account.
Okay, gotcha.
So, you know, to generate revenue, that basically But what you're doing with the money market is trying to generate a little bit of revenue while
You could,
the excess funds you have.
you could put all of your money in there
Yes,
and then just
pull it out when you need it.
withdraw on Friday what you're gonna need for next week.
Right, absolutely true. So,
That takes a lot of time.
yes, it does.
You
It's
know,
it's a
do
money
that.
manager fine, yeah.
So why don't we,
But the county treasurer does, right?
Yeah, sure.
so,
Sorry.
so,
I actually thought they did do that.
so you're giving me the authority to decide when the 8521 monies,
Any kind of money. I don't care. You don't have to designate it.
okay,
But the 8520 month money, we would transfer the 10% annually.
okay,
That would be a rule that we would set for you.
okay.
Okay, then the other, the 8521, I don't care how much of that you put in there. You can put all of it in, you know.
Okay.
It's up to you. Then the vehicle account, whatever is there.
Okay, so,
Because it's still gonna be in the right account in the books,
Right, yeah.
but it's just the general.
Where it's being generating revenue. We don't care where it's at, you know.
all right,
So
All
I'd like to
sounds good.
think about that and bring that back to us so we can create a
Yeah,
policy
we
for
would
it.
have to have a authorization.
Right. From the board, so,
Can I make a suggestion?
no,
So the 10% funds, like, could you guys just make a general rule where you say, okay, whatever the 10% is, then round it to the nearest
that's just what I
5,000?
said,
Yeah,
So like, so that would be the rule for like,
right? That's
Just-
what the- yeah,
okay, perfect. That's, then we're on the same page. Cause I'm like, that would be nice just to, you know, if it's 23,000, say if it's 28, say 30, you know,
That's
just.
what I do with my checkbook balance. I just round it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The bank doesn't agree with it.
yeah. Always up, not down.
yeah, right. Okay,
so the vehicle sales, we've already talked about that. So the resolution 85-5. That's this little, very small thing.
and
I did share this with Russ County Finance the other day. What it does is outline, our responsibility, their responsibility of running the 8521 program, which is the volunteer driver program.
you
So it's,
agree with this?
it talks about,
This is your program, isn't it? 8521? No?
Danny,
Okay.
1985.
yes, that's.
It's your, you got it from your Health and Human Services.
She took it,
Even 47.
You're responsible for it.
Born
Aren't
in
you? Don't you
87.
run the Health and Human Services Department?
Some days.
Someday.
Well, you were an egg, were you running?
Wasn't even born yet, guys.
so, what, I think the issue here is that it was adopted at the time when we were the County Transit Authority.
Right, we have to move it
We
to,
probably need to just do an update of the language is all.
And then how do I do that? Do I bring it to the county board then for an update? Or, cause I don't know. I never did any updates.
Changing a
before.
policy, then it'd have to go to full county board.
yeah,
Okay, so I don't believe we're changing anything. It's pretty much good there. They, you know, they give us the 20%. The funds that they get for the program, you know, they give that to us. We manage it. You know, it's pretty simple language here, except that it's not Russ County Transit.
The problem is you've got 18 people on the Russ County Board that weren't here, involved back in those days when this was created. So, you know, it's gonna have to be some narrative there for the history, but I'm just thinking the best way to do this would be for us to make a proposal to the Finance Committee, County Finance Committee, that they sponsor the resolution going to the board and explain it to them, and then I think
Okay.
that should work.
And I did give a copy to Jim at the meeting the other day, so. And he said he did previously read it. So, okay,
All you have, basically, all you have to do is insert RCTC in there.
Yep, and where it says Russ County Transit Authority.
Update the language.
okay, that sounds good. That's what I'll work on then. Since we're cleaning things up, we might as well just keep clean. Yeah. So, that's how I feel.
Medicare agency number.
And we talked about that. I did apply and they did send it. We had to have it done by January 1st. So I'm all good. It will be applied to any billing that we do send into to any of the care management companies now.
That's Medicare. Is
I-
that the same for Medicare and Medicaid or?
It's, yes, it is the same number. That's what it said when I was applying.
So is their rate just a standard rate that everybody in the universe gets, or are those negotiated? Do you know?
I don't know. I actually have to apply
'Cause you
for
guys-
one
I was
ourselves.
gonna say, you guys have it, or I'm sure.
We have a couple
Yeah.
for the different programs,
Yeah.
but I do have to apply for a number for the ADRC.
Yeah.
So,
That was pretty simple. That was easy. Yeah. So, and then just the staff report, looks like that's all that's left. Food drivers, all trained and actively working. So that fills the driver pool. Been a long time since we've had a full driver pool. So, everybody's real happy.
Good.
Pool has been the shallow end.
So, and then also one of the, part-time dispatch, resigned, took a different job. And then, we reached out to someone that left earlier and they said that they would like to work for us again. So that's also a part-time position. So we just swapped out. So it worked out very well.
Well, comment, I saw one of you there
Oh, yeah?
sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Can't imagine who.
No, that wasn't Jeremy. It was one of the other ones. It was a truck driver,
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah. Happy, picking mud that he's doing the job.
Well, good. And he's a nice fellow.
Yeah, he is really nice.
I haven't run into any bad drivers. In my experiences, anyway. I don't know.
I haven't either. Bus driver's been all great.
Surprised, he said he's not gonna get rich, but
Well,
it's better than running the road all the time.
yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
I wish there was a little bit easier for that. I just feel bad when they're crawling around on the floor with the,
Yeah, tying it.
locking in the wheelchairs and stuff, because I know what that would be like if it was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are kind of cool, those vans where you just go up the ramp rather than, it just seems like not having a lift that can go bad on you.
Mhm.
Really helpful. And even if you don't use the cables or whatever, it should be easy to push on that.
The incline is not very,
New vans have a rear ramp.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we took my wife to her eye appointment and she was.
Yeah.
They do have an assist if you. It's surprising when you go to the clinic, Rice Lake, for instance, if you hang around the door for a while, there's a van from somewhere pull it up there about every 15 minutes, all over.
yeah,
And most of them are private.
very needed.
Okay, anything else?
When is the banquet again, or dinner or whatever?
October 23rd, it's a Thursday.
Alarm waking up.
So
Mhm.
Pete.
Something ringing, I don't.
Plan on coming? I'm just gonna put down RSVPs if you plan on coming. Want to wait a little bit? Okay, a little too far out there?
Yeah, it depends a lot on what goes on.
Okay, okay.
If I get too many meetings, I catch hell and
Yeah, I bet, I bet.
The 23rd, you said that one?
October 23rd,
no, it's not new.
5 o'clock at the
On 10th.
Senior Center. I do believe I did send out invites to
Yeah,
all
right.
commissioners, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we are adjourned. Is that all right?
And do we want to have the conversation or the notice that we will now be meetings?
Oh, yeah, I don't think we need to meet here anymore.